Yeah, that's correct. Windows.
Okay, guys, it's communications today. And I tell you what, when anything goes wrong within a company, within an organization, within a relationship, I think I can pinpoint it 99% back to bad communication, poor communication, not understanding the message, not listening very well, not interacting very well. And we're going to deal with business communication because on the end of the day, guys, this is costing businesses millions because of poor communication, not understanding the message correct. So we deal with business communication written and orally during the course of this day and later this afternoon. As I said, we're going to look at your presentation and your presentation skills and how you interact with other people so that they understand you. All right. Now, Alex, I'm going to ask you to convey a message to the group. Okay? Guys, you need to follow his instructions in terms of top management giving him an instruction for you to follow. At the end of the day, I would like one result, not 13 other results or 12 other results. Okay? So Alex is going to stand behind the whiteboard. He's going to give you an instruction and you need to follow his instruction. You have got exactly 4 minutes to complete this. Alright, are you ready? Yes. Right, Alex, come here. You need to stand here and tell these guys to give me this in 4 minutes time. It starts now. No, stand there. They're not allowed to see that. Right, give them instruction.
And you're also not allowed to see me.
No, you must talk to them through there.
Must guide them through.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, can you please take a pen and paper?
We're talking communication. Now, in terms of, let's look at what went wrong in terms of this exercise. First and foremost, there was a time constraint, will you agree?
Yes.
Second to that, I've given you an instruction, but I've also given him an instruction. Okay? And there was a lot of anticipation in terms of now what to expect. Now again, Alex, when I give an instruction, and to anybody giving you an instruction, it means, guys, what is the roles and activities of a manager? Planning, organizing, leading and controlling. Did you have a look at this and says, right, I've got an instruction, how am I going to plan this? What is my organizing skills in my head and how am I going to organize these people to get to draw this? And now lead and then control. Did you do that? Did he do that? No. You didn't do that, Alex, sorry. Guys, you need to sleep, eat, drink, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling in anything you do. Okay? Otherwise, gaan die pap op die grond val. Second to that, it was difficult because there was a barrier. I created a barrier. Sometimes you get instructions from management, you don't know where it comes from, and all people, something is added onto this message, and eventually a wrong delivery is done to the customer. A no delivery. Right, guys, I think in terms of our activity, which we have just dealt with, in terms of listening ability, I think communication goes wrong because we don't listen effectively. We hear, and while we hear, we do certain things. Now, if we look at what I'm saying here, I'm saying common communication errors occurs finishing others' sentences. While somebody talks, what do we normally do? Because the person talks too slow, because you are busy, you jump in and you complete the sentence. We all do that. Okay? And that creates a lot of conflict. Wag tot ek klaar gepraat het. Kan jy nie wag tot ek klaar gepraat het nie? Gee my 'n kans. Guys, we need to attentively open these things. We've got 2 of them, 1 of these. Not 2. Preparing our response before someone is done speaking. Okay? Not during the conversation, while the person speaks, formulate. Multitasking while listening, busy. Keep on talking, keep on talking. Guys, that's not attentive listening. Attentive listening to your co-workers, to your peers, to the bosses and to your subordinates means you pick up your head, you've got eye contact, you open your ears and you listen. You can't be busy with computer work and telephone and doing all sorts of other things while a person talks to you. Do you agree with me? Yes, because then nobody listens. Filtering content or meaning based on the speaker. Jy stink 'n bietjie, jy ooit gebad vandag. Jy kyk hierdie baie tattoos op sy lyf. Yes, look at all the earrings. So based on what you see, you make a presentation and you don't really listen. You're judging the person while the person talks. And by the end, you haven't got any conversation, you haven't got any meaning of what has been said because of dealing with your own thoughts and having a perception of a person. And speaking for others, we. You know, it's not your statement. You want to make a statement that says, the boss said, counteracting on somebody else. Or the message from Louis. You actually want the message across, but now you're using other people to get the message across. Other things, people, when we talk, we wander off with our own ideas. Maybe you've got financial problems, maybe you've got personal problems, maybe you planning for a holiday, and while the person speaks, you're already on Sandy Bay. You're already sitting at the beach, planning your holiday while the person speaks. And guys, in terms of speaking and communication, I think the first and foremost is when I speak to you guys, I need to create interest. Am I right? If I'm not interested, if my message that I put across is not interesting enough, are you going to listen?
No.
No. This guy that we hear this morning, how many of you really attentively listened to what he had to say? Because of his presentation skills. So I need to create interest. I need to create interest by doing exercises, by pulling you in to the energy field so that you can listen. Once I've created that interest and I've got your attention, I now have to raise that attention span, getting you more involved, getting you more participative. And once I've raised it, I think the difficult part now is maintaining the level of interest so that you don't wander off to Sandy Bay or complete my sentences or start getting busy. That I have you and you are willing to listen, or you don't. Okay? And it happens. Alright? So guys, create interest, raise the interest, and maintain. And we're going to test your skills this afternoon. How do you create interest for people to listen? How do you raise the interest for people to listen? And how do you maintain that interest? Alright. Now we had a listening activity in terms of communication, and we're going to get to the feedback now. But guys, in front of your books, I've specifically printed this diagram out so that you can have it. If we look at the communication process, we're talking about the sender. Somebody needs to convey a message, somebody wants to give an instruction. In this, we've got an idea, an instruction, something that we want to send across, something that we would like to get over. While I'm speaking, I'm giving you a message. This means that idea needs to be encoded, and when I'm saying encoded, it actually means I need to package this message that is understandable for everybody. And we had the exercise prior to this one where you had to fill in that questionnaire, and there was 2-3 people that misunderstood me because I didn't package it correctly, first of all, and second to that, I didn't check that the package that I'm giving to you is understandable and that you do understand. So can you see, guys, in terms of having an idea, I need to package it correctly. Maybe it can be email, maybe it can be a letter, maybe it can be verbal, maybe it can be across company. You need to decide how you're going to get this message for everybody to understand. Because how often do we get a telephone call, a message has been taken by someone from a customer, and the message totally is given wrongly to possibly a wrongful guy, possibly wrongfully in terms of conveying the message. It happens all the time, and it's costing the company how much? Money. What happens this morning? This guy pitched late. A tracking company. Why? Somewhere along the line, something went wrong with the communication system in their company, in their system. So guys, when we look in terms of when I've encoded, I need to take the following into account. And we talk about barriers. And remember, guys, we, as communicators, actually speaks through a pipeline. Okay? So we've got someone sitting here, giving a message by someone receiving the message through this pipeline. But unfortunately, guys, in between this pipeline, we've got what we call barriers. And when I encode the message, when I package the message, how do I cater for all those barriers? What barrier is culture? Do you agree?
Yes.
Another barrier is language. Afrikaans, Engels, Ndebele, Tswana, Xhosa, Zulu. In there, we've got sex. Female versus males. In there, we've got age. Okay, how do we communicate on different age levels?
That's the point.
In there, we've got status. Because people have got egos and wants to be communicated with in a certain format.
Yes.
In here, we've got your readiness level. Are you approachable? Are you ready to receive a message? And remember, we spoke in the previous session about empathy. Maybe you had a death in the family. Maybe you've got so much problems that you can't really focus on a message. And how ready are you, and how ready am I to read you to receive the message? Willingness. Are you willing to receive the message? Are you open enough? Are you tired? Are you yawning like my man Louis because he had a late night last night? Yeah, so guys, all these factors, and so I can carry on with noise levels when packaging a message. And then only once I've catered for this, in terms of my oral or my written communication, I can now make sure that I package the message correctly so that on the end of the day, when